volt adapter there. And blues driver. I'm gonna crawl on the floor. Okay. Are we on TV now? Hi everybody. I'm still setting up. Oh man. See mono input. This does not belong here. This is the last thing. Okay, hang on, I just did everything wrong. I'll start over again. Okay, the last thing to leave is the.
Sarah has it all set up.
Okay, now I'm almost there. The idea is to. And then this. I don't need this. Yeah, well, here's the plan, man. So I'll turn this on here. Oh yeah, I need a set of headphones. I don't know if I can get a set of headphones around here. I'll be right back.
This is better than improvisational theater. This is great.
This is improvisational theater. Hello, buddy. I'll be. Okay, so so I got the output goes into that guitar. Well, first I'm going to have the guitar. So let me plug into this. Let's see. And then this. That's where the guitars go, don't you know?
You need a quarter inch adapter.
Yeah, I think so. Good. I forgot to take this one with me, so. And then I'll need a, let's see. So the guitar gets plugged into the Digiverb, which goes into the blues driver, which goes into the sonic stomp, which goes to the looper. Now, caught it. Amazing. Let's see. So everybody out there is watching, both of you. What I'm attempting to do here is to record a piece of music. Headphones. Where are the headphones? They're right in front of my face. Main out phones. Okay. Anyway, what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to record some theme music for a show called Hello, It's Us. And I'm way behind schedule. I was going to do it weeks ago. Well, I didn't get around to it. So my plan has been to, hang on here, is to attempt to do it here on live TV. And yeah, so that goes out there. What if I just plug this into a channel over here? No, I need an effects loop. Do you ever have that feeling, you know, you don't know what you're doing? I think I've come to that point. Okay, so I need an effects loop. So it goes send and return. So we send the mixer. I got it. So hang on a second now. No? Yeah, okay, hang on. I'm just, You see, I had this all going through my head. I didn't try setting it up at home. What I'm going to try to do is an effects loop, which begins and ends. Oh, I know. Okay, hang on. I got it. Watch out, everybody. Here I go. This sonic stomp gets plugged into the mixer. How about right here? But the looper, and I might run out of cords. Hey, does anybody have a 1/4 inch they can believe it? Let me, hang on, I gotta go to my music, hey, you wanna go up and tell some jokes while I go look for a 1/4 inch cord? You take over for me for a minute? Sure. I'll be right back, everybody. I hope I brought another one. I might not have, though.
So this is boy, this is filling some pretty big shoes here. But anyway, as you can see, we're doing something a little different here on Tom's Guitar Show. And so we're just getting organized. Tom has a Eurorack MX602A mixer here, and he's going to try to do some recording. So if you're watching the show, this is a little bit of history, because I don't know where the recording's going to end up, whether he's doing a new CD or what. But if you're watching the show, you'll be part of an audience to see Tom actually do some recording here. Bob is our roving camera person who's snowbirding out in Las Vegas right now. He may or may not call in on tonight's show. He did last week, but he gives us updates about what things are like out in Las Vegas. We talk politics and the economy, and you know, he watches us over the streaming on the internet. So we might hear from Bob. And one other thing that might happen tonight is, looks like PATV is going to be shooting the Indian Student Alliance's Nashde Raho dance competition, and that's coming up a week from Saturday. And I kind of gave her short notice, so I don't know if she'll be able to make it this evening, but I did tell them that they could stop by and come on camera for a couple of minutes and plug Nashde Raho and talk about the dance competition. So somebody from the ISA may be showing up at some point during the next hour. So anyway, this is kind of interesting, I think, to see all this stuff get set up. And now that Tom's back in the studio here, I'm going to see if I can get some close-ups of what we're working with here. I've never seen a total of 4
Pedals?
pedals. Yeah, that's
I think I might have had 5 once,
Oh,
like
really?
a week or 2 ago.
Really?
But I have one less or so, or maybe, yeah.
Well, I'm impressed. I'd be impressed by anything that says Sonic Stomp on it.
Yeah, Sonic Stomp, man. That's what we want.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, let me see.
Yeah, let me get out of your way here, and I'm going to get some camera close-ups here.
Okay, well, what I'm trying to, I just realized what I have to do. I'm trying to do an effects loop. If I remember how. I've done it before. Okay, yeah, send and return. Auxiliary send and mono return. So send, if I send this one into this one, yeah, I just put it over here, right? And then I will return it with this one. So that's return. And then I'll see if I can get some power, plug this in somehow here. Here, a second. Got the Sonic Stomp. I'm probably making a lot of noise, right? A little bit. Yeah, okay. Okay, so the idea is, that, well, I got spaghetti all over the floor. Here I am with my big stompy boots. So if this works, what's going to happen is I'm going to play a drum loop. Hang on, I got to get some instruments now. I'm just going to do this over here for a second. I'm just going to get this bass out here right in front of the TV station. Okay, so I'm going to use the bass, the electric guitar, with and without effects. There's a bass guitar and a drum machine. Now, I guess see, you won't be able to hear this in the studio because it's all going to be through my headphones. Actually, PATV's headphones. I'll put this over here. See, what else do I have? Oh, I got a Stratocaster. And perfectly good American. Should have you know that the
sound.
Yeah, there you go. This is a blue Fender Stratocaster. It's a real one, made in California. And saw a video of factory tour once. They were like old hippies and sort of matronly looking women who, were working on the job, making the fenders. So this is a Stratocaster. Okay, put these headphones on. And then I'm going to plug this in. Oh, here we go. Oh, what a tangled web we weave. Okay. I've got spaghetti all over the floor. You hear that? Well, that's a lot of reverb. Okay. So let me get this in tune. I hear a lot of noise here. Just for fun, I'm going to turn this down a little bit, turn the blues driver on. All right. Okay, and then the drum machine. Let's see. Turn this channel down a little bit. That was on channel. Turn this on. See what happens here. And 4. 1, 2, 3 und 4. Turn it off, turn it off. Hope this bass is in tune. this sort of live looping thing I'm doing here. I hope it sounds okay at home. I have this sort of high-pitched whine in my headphones. I don't know if that's going out, if anybody can hear that at home. My goal has been to record something here, and my other option is to come and do it on Friday afternoon when the center is closed here, the Access Center, and try to do it properly. But see, I was going to try to do it here on the show, and I'm starting to think maybe it's not going to happen. Anyway, here's my my setup here. So I have a loop station, and it's all connected in here with the effects send and return on this little Euro rack. MX602A, just a little 4-channel mixer. I have a larger mixer that I don't never seem to need the 8-channel mixer. This one is 4. You can expand it to 6 channels if you kind of reuse the stereo ones over here. But so I mean, the effects go through. So I can do things like I can go, like I think, G. See, now I was singing that. If I could sing, I could sing harmony with me. If I could sing, I could sing harmony with me. I should practice. Can't you tell my bass? With a D, that's a D, D. I'm gonna put D in there. That was a very good D. See, now I just deleted the last one because it wasn't very. I had to D, 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 D. If I could sing, I don't need anybody else. I'm a barbershop quartet unto myself. Well, people do this sort of stuff all the time, they. Yeah. Oh, well, oh yeah, they chant Om. Anyway, I was thinking about telling a joke I heard about meditation, but I decided not to, because just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. But anyway, anyway, so yeah, I mean, this is live looping, and this is a rather actually pretty sparse example of it. Obviously, there's a lot more I could do. Anyway, I'm just going to fool around here and get some more. That's hard rock. What does rock sound like? Let's see. Yeah, drum machine. Here we go. Is that George of the Jungle? I don't know. I never watched George of the Jungle. When it was on the cartoon, you know, was when I was a kid. I was like, I had to do something else at that time. I don't. Maybe I had a violin lesson or something. I don't know. But anyway, George. He's like, um, so I was telling some guys in the guitar shop, you know, I hang around that Musicians Pro shop all the time, and I don't know. I'm gonna try. They might become a sponsor of Tom's Guitar Show. If they do, I'll maybe I'll have to stop talking about them and just do a formula like a PSA form or something. But anyway, um, but there are a couple of guys who were standing around, and I was telling them I was going to do this project, and I thought I'd use a drum machine, um, you know, a drum machine bass guitar, and maybe two guitars, an acoustic and an electric, and then, you know, do a 4-part overdub thing. And they gave that sort of look when I said drum machine, because, you know, among musicians, you know, I mean, I don't seem to hang around with a whole lot of drummers personally. I've known a few, you know, over the years, but I don't really hang around with them. It's not really sort of the circles I, you know, so it's not such a personal affront to me, I guess. There are a lot of drummer jokes, of course, and the cruelest one of all is, how many drummers does it take to screw in a light bulb? See, well, let's see, hang on. Oh, they've got a machine for that now. How's that? Was that good? Huh? I should have rehearsed that before the show. How many drummers does it take to screw in a light bulb? Oh, they got a machine for that now. Is that all right? Anyway, that's cruel though, because, you know, some of us. I haven't really had an honest job, you know, in many years now. I've strictly been a, you know, guitar guy, and sometimes I play the bass or the banjo or something, or mandolin. Sometimes they need a mandolin player, and I say, I'll do it. I had a project, somebody's recording project. They said, I need a mandolin player who can read. I said, English or music or both? So there's a mandolin player joke about the full set of teeth being the front row of a mandolin section in a, I don't know, mandolin orchestra. But actually, mandolin players tend to be nervous and very exacting people. It's something about how you have to hold the pick. And I play mandolin. What I'm saying is, I haven't really had an honest job or a non-musical job for many years, and you know, I used to drive cab, and I worked for American College Testing, and if I remember correctly, I got sort of good at my job at ACT years ago, and they started promoting me, and I started putting in a lot of overtime. So I started getting worried, you know. Because I come home from work, I didn't feel like playing guitar. So I gave up my job and became a guitar teacher at West Music many long years ago. You know what they say, and don't look back. Okay, let's see what I got here. I'm just going to look for something else. That was Rock 7. Ballad. my first instinct is to do something to play Stand By Me, because it sounds like this is Ballad 3. So this, by the way, this little drum machine I have here is a Alesis, and I got it a long time ago on one of those internet specials on, Musician's Fiend. I don't want to endorse anybody, but I got it, and it was a closeout item. I guess I had a lot of them on the shelf. And when you fire it up, when you turn it on, it says copyright 1991, or is it 1992? I don't know, but so it's an older one, and I think their rap and hip hop presets would probably be not that popular, but the ones like the rock and the blues and the ballad and the country rock and things like that. There's also a new age one, which doesn't really sound like any kind of new age to me, but it's actually a pretty nice little beat. So I don't know, man. I recommend using a drum machine for people who, especially bass players. If you play a bass guitar, it's nice to know what your relationship with the drummer is. Unless you have a drummer like on call all the time, then you know what you do. So, Skabinski's here.
Well, you're talking a lot about the digital technology and stuff, and you mentioned the thing from 91 or 92.
Mhm.
I know in the past we've had discussions about current pop music, and it's mostly digitalized. The presence of actual musicians backing up is getting rarer and rarer. Another thing I was thinking about is, and I don't know if it's just kind of human nature to be nostalgic about things, or well, I kind of first started thinking about it when I was watching it hooked on a telenovela last year, and I have a little 13-inch analog television at home,
Mhm.
and that's what I do most of my television watching. Sometimes when I'd miss an episode of this telenovela, I'd go to the Telemundo website, and you could watch it in beautiful HD digital video and stuff. But I found out that I actually enjoyed watching it on my analog television because there was kind of a warmth to the picture
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
And more recently, where this came up again, there was, I'm very sensitive to movie music. Whenever I watch a movie, I listen to the background music as much as I watch the movie. Of course, at best, it's all of a plot.
It's all one thing.
It's
Yeah.
all one thing. But in the 1980s, there was a Brian De Palma movie named Body Double. And the music to that really haunted me when I saw it. I thought the music was quite beautiful. And so just in surfing YouTube or something, I chance encountered a remix of that music.
Hmm.
And it's a very contemporary thing, and with contemporary digital sound. And then I started looking around, and I found another thing of the actual soundtrack from the movie itself. And in comparing that, again, and again, maybe if you were living in the 80s, you would have heard that and said, well, that's just digital stuff. I'd rather hear instruments because it sounds warmer. So I get, in a sense, it is relative. But I found that there's a certain warmth, or there's just
Yeah.
a different quality in the older digital synthesized sound from the 80s that you found in the film score. So it's really interesting, and it's not just, ultimately, I guess this is personal preference, but and each thing had its good side and its bad side. I mean, the newer digital sound, had certain things about it that I like, but it really is interesting. And I think that's been a big complaint about as we make these digital advancements, a sense that maybe some of the older technology sounds warmer. A lot of people make that claim about LP records. for
Records. Yeah.
example.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people are bad mouthing MP3 products because it's just, and especially most of the iPod things people listen to, and it's not a really high dynamic range of
Right.
sound and stuff, and so many people, when you have a whole generation who that's all the sound they get exposed to, are kind of missing out on the full stuff. Like this came up. I was talking to somebody about getting a digital keyboard, and I was looking into
the vibration, those, yeah.
tone quality of it. So there's always those very subtle factors about sound and music, and people need to be open to a wide variety, from natural sounding instruments to older recording technology to LP records, right on up to what we can do today, which is, like I say, some of it is just fantastic, and it adds possibilities that we didn't have. But there's a lot. Sound is a huge thing,
Yeah.
and we need to be sensitive to all of it.
There's a thing about like real sound and fake sound, and people say there's no fake sound if you can hear it, it's sound, but which is true, because I fool around with a guitar synthesizer, and it's really cool to be able to have strings, the sound of strings swell up in something that I'm recording, but it's not anything like real strings. And also, like, with the sound of a classical guitar with no amplification in the right room. As I used to play these little recitals and have other people play recitals in a church, a smaller church that I could borrow if I played for their service. It wasn't my religion or anything, but I'd help them out with their church music, and then they'd let me borrow the church, like Saturday afternoon recitals. This is a long time ago, but and I played my Mattingly classical guitar and my Celine 10-string classical guitar in there, and then other people would come and play their guitars in there, and good guitarists, and have little recitals, and there'd be like 30 or 40 people in the audience, and have these, they're just the sound of that bouncing off the peaked roof and the ceiling, and then the beams going crosswise. Just the way the sound bounced around was pretty nice. So there's that sound, and then as far as electric guitars, and it's taken me a long time to really warm up the electric guitar. It's been a very slow process for me to embrace the electric guitar. I guess I started playing it when I was 15 or so. I think it was 14 or 15. Maybe it was 14. They were doing Bye Bye Birdie at City High. And I was in Southeast Junior High, and so I borrowed somebody's brother's guitar, and I was in the band. They imported me from the junior high to play guitar in Birdie's band, which is I'd never really played an electric guitar before, so I did my thing. But I always sort of poo-pooed it and didn't really respect it. But now I've done a lot of electric guitar. I'm very interested in electric guitar, but like how you amplify it makes a big difference. If you use a solid state amp and a bunch of digital effects, it's very different from, like, I think the best sound I get is with my DeArmond X155, which is like a replica of an old Guild Manhattan from the early 1960s. Big hollow body jazz guitar with these double coil pickups on it, and I play that through with a digital reverb, but plug it into a big old tube amp that I have, which was made by Peavey 20-some years ago, but it's retro, has a big 15-inch speaker, and it's only 40 watts. So it's a low wattage, all tube amp, and but I use a digital reverb, but it comes out through the tube amp, through that big speaker, and I get this warm kind of, that's my sort of preferred jazz guitar sound. And just the way the air moves around, it's so different. It's a lot more convenient to plug into a very new amplifier with digital effects on it, and I can get a really pretty sound. And if I'm in a room where people are talking and eating dinner, having cocktails or whatever, they won't notice really the difference. But there's something about that warmth of the tubes and that great big speaker at a low wattage that just fills the air. So I don't know. My favorite is I really like the sound of acoustic guitars in a quiet room with really good dimensions. So it sort of bounces back at you. But anyway. Yeah, but there's a lot of sound out there, a lot of things you can do.
A lot of things you can do. Yeah, we have the luxury of, I guess the bottom line is we have the luxury of being able to access so much sound. It's a shame to see people limit themselves to the sound that comes through an iPod or something. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Well, don't get me wrong, it's awfully handy to have an iPod. I have
Store hours and hours and hours of music.
days of music. I have like everything I ever recorded on my iPod, along with a bunch of other stuff, and I maxed it out. So then I have a computer, that has everything on it. I can plug headphones into it, and it's not the same as being there, but it's, it sounds pretty good. But I don't know, there's a lot of ways to consume music. I think it's fine if you like to have the earbuds in all the time and listen to stuff, but I was in Kmart, actually. I was looking for some little things in Kmart, and kind of came up empty-handed, but I wandered around different departments for quite a while. And they were playing this music that was sort of really unpleasant. It was very, it was very mechanized, and the singers were kind of affecting their voices so that they were kind of, unpleasant. and they were all singing about their personal problems. When there's, I was thinking, this is not what I want to hear. And I wondered, how many people really want to hear this, or is this just what you are used to, or something? I mean,
Yeah, I think of the Goodwill stores where they have a particular soundtrack that they have to have playing in the store. Hit or miss whether it's a pleasant song or not, and I feel
Yeah.
sorry for the Goodwill employees that
Yeah.
have to listen to that.
Well, that's the problem. I was saying earlier, I haven't had a straight job for a long time. Just a guitar
Weren't you
player.
a Hy-Vee shelf stocker for a while?
No, no,
Or
I've
this
never
is-
done that. No,
This is kind of a that's your kind of archetypal
well,
odd job to have.
I talk to the guys there at night. I actually don't go there that much at night. Actually, some years ago, we got an automatic transmission in the car. So Laura goes to the store a lot more now, and it's part of her thing. She didn't like the manual, so and it's like that's almost 6 years ago we got the car, so it's been different, but time is jet plane, it moves too fast. But I'm sorry, quoting Bob Dylan again, but I know that some of the guys up there that stock the shelves and work on the night shift, and they just tune it out. But I've often thought, I could do this, because I mean, it'd be very unlikely that a guy like me would get on the full-time track where you get benefits and everything like that. I'd be one of these part-timers who they cut your hours off at 28 and a half hours a week or something like that. But I think I could have the dexterity to straighten the cans of soup, and I'm good at staying up late.
Keep the chunky peanut butter separate from the smooth peanut butter.
Yeah, I could do that. Which is the punchline of my guitar joke. Anyway, but I don't think I could handle the music. That's a problem. I don't think I could. They can tune it out, and I don't think I can. Also, if you I worked in a guitar shop. I had my own guitar shop for a while, but I don't think I could do that, because there'd be somebody who goes in there and not going to buy anything with greasy fingers. They just had a hero or something, or it was Taco Tuesday or whatever, and they come in there, play all the guitars, and get fingerprints all over them, and they play really badly, and they weren't going to buy anything anyway. It's just they were going to try to show off their lick, and I mean, I've been around for a while, so I used to do that lick in 8th grade, and you're 27, and so could sign you up for lessons, but learn some respect. But I mean, I don't think I could do that. I mean, of course, there are fine people who go in there, and there are people who don't know how to play guitar, and they could go in there and learn something. Maybe they could find the kind of guitar they want to play, or maybe they want to play the banjo or something, or ukulele. And I say, that's all good. I think that's great. Make your own music. That's what this whole show is started on, that premise, that you should make your own music and stuff like that. And but people go in there and they bang away, and for their own ego reasons, and they got no respect. So
Walk out leaving a mess behind.
yeah, I don't want to work in a guitar shop. I'm not fit for normal work. Speaking of work, I'll be at the Mendoza Wine Bar on Thursday night. I hope, in Coralville, beautiful downtown Coralville, Iowa.
30 seconds here. Yeah, Nashte Raho, it's the Indian dance competition. They get troops from all over the college, from universities and stuff. If you like Bhangra, Bollywood, fusions and stuff, it's a great time. Looks like this year Sarah and I are going to be videotaping, so it'll eventually, we're not going to do it live for PATV, but it'll eventually be shown on PATV. But it's lots of fun. It's one of the most popular, if not the most popular, student cultural event. It's coming up on Saturday, March 1st at 7 p.m. at the IMU. You can get tickets there, and it's for student organization. It's a nonprofit kind of thing. Lots of fun. If you're interested in any of that stuff, I would say go.
Yeah, okay, Indian dance. Good stuff. See if I can find a rock thing. I'm gonna have to play out. Yeah. Boom, boom. much time do I have left anyway? 1 minute? I'm going to play the Tom's Guitar Show theme with this. Here we go. See you next week. I'll be at the Tuscan Moon in Kelowna Friday, Saturday night, in the Journey Church, 10 at 30 on Sunday morning. So I got 4 gigs. Mendoza Thursday night, Tuscan Moon Friday, Saturday, and I'll be at the Journey Church in Coralville